What's going on? Dave Humphries here. Hey, thanks for taking a minute to watch this video. If you received this link, then somebody inside thinks that you are pretty special, and we want to share with you a little bit more about where we're going. And so the point of this is just to break down a little bit of some of the complication of where we are right now and where we're going, and also paint the picture of our dream for 2025 that we are calling our Flourishing Future. So a lot of you are probably coming to us through the Humphries Group. That's sort of the front door for most people that we connect with originally. And so that's where everything starts. And so that's what I've got right here is the Humphries Group. What a lot of people don't realize is that the Humphries Group is a part of a network, our own network that we're building out called the Flourish Real Estate Network. And so while the Humphries Group might be this little piece right here, it's the part of a bigger piece called the Flourish Real Estate Network. And the purpose of the Flourish Real Estate Network is to partner with other agents around the state and around the country that care about some of the same causes that we care about, which would be causes that contribute to human flourishing. And you're going to see that word as the theme throughout all of this, which will be a little bit of a spoiler alert, but that's just the word that we're committing to. And the Flourish Real Estate Network is committed to enabling human flourishing around the country and transforming lives through real estate. So as a portion of this, though, our 501c3 nonprofit called Flourish, or legally it's called Flourish Alliance, is what really fuels this. And so a big piece of our direction that we're going is the nonprofit. So we will call it this Flourish. I'll say 501c3 to be clear. But anything that we would determine contributes to human flourishing, whether that be basic human needs like food, water, shelter, education, things like that, or maybe some more tragic things going on in our world right now that are limiting human flourishing, like sex trafficking issues, human trafficking issues in general, things like that, those would also fall into that category. And so as we go into new cities or into new markets, the question is always, how can we as a company and as a group pursue or enable human flourishing in the city? So it will always look different, but that will be a connecting point to what we're doing. Now the third piece, and this is sort of the hub of our wheel, the third piece is this particular brokerage. So this Keller Williams office that I'm standing inside of, which is called Keller Williams Realty Success, is another piece of our core or of our hub, at least on the local level, for where we're going. So within the next 5 years, by the end of 2025, the goal for the Flourish Real Estate Network is that we are closing 500 units, that we are seeing 2.5 million in GCI, gross commission income, and that we are seeing $5 million this is 2.5 million in volume, and this is $5 million in GCI, gross commission income. 500 units, 200 million in volume, and 5 million in gross commission income. That is for the entire real estate network. Now the goal for Keller Williams Realty Success is that we are seeing $500,000 in profit, that we are the #1 office in Littleton, which is the suburb that we're standing in right now, and that we, this is getting a little messy, own our own building. And 250 agents. So this core, this hub right here is what fuels the direction that we're going. And so on the local level, this is what is going to enable the next couple of steps. And so bear with me for a few minutes, because when this is happening, it makes it possible for everything else to happen. So let's go to everything else. Now, the transactions touched by the Humphries Group and by Keller Williams Realty Success will be funneled to what we are calling Front Range Real Estate Services. And so let's just call this Front Range Real Estate Services. And Front Range Real Estate Services is transaction management, listing management, and showing services. So when an agent joins the team or the brokerage, the goal is that they can let go of everything. Now, the types of support you're going to get from a team are going to be significantly higher than from a brokerage, but one of the beliefs that we have as far as inside of our ecosystem here is that the more transactions we can touch, the more opportunities we can provide for the people inside of our world. And so One of the biggest holes that we see in this industry is that there's this giant middle ground between independent brokerages where you're just on your own and you are given a desk maybe and your own business, and you just go and you run it and you do everything. You figure out your own transaction management, you figure out everything. And this completely dependent model where, without throwing out names of any local brokerages here, you're paying a significantly higher split, but they're doing your marketing, they're doing your TC work, they're even helping with showings, things like that. And so we feel like there's this huge middle ground where an agent wants to still retain a majority of their commission, but wants to be able to lean on their brokerage to do everything for them. And so we have this belief that if they come into the brokerage and turn everything over to Front Range Real Estate Services, that they could essentially build a double or triple the size business doing their highest dollar per hour activities. So Front Range Real Estate Services would be TC work, it would be listing marketing, and it would be showings. Now, as transactions are funneled to Front Range Real Estate Services from these two entities, it makes it possible for the next step. So the next step would be Flourish Insurance. Flourish Insurance is a property and casualty insurance company that is a broker and can work with 50 different insurance companies around the country. And as transactions are funneled to real estate services, and also directly from the Umphreys Group, directly from the network, and directly from the brokerage, then we can be involved in the transaction and the financial gain from a transaction in another way. And so for you, depending on your role, you would have the ability to share in this as well. And so when we as a group are making the money not just on the transaction, but also on the service and on the insurance, then we can provide more opportunity for you, and we don't necessarily have to make as much on the real estate sale because we're making it in multiple ways, which you're starting to see this a lot more with a lot of these bigger companies that are trying to be the one-stop shop for everything, title, mortgage, insurance, everything, because they know that the commission on the real estate sale is becoming increasingly scrutinized and it is decreasing over the years. And so if you are not getting into all of the different facets, then you're going to be having an issue. So next, and the belief too, is that if we can create a services company strong enough to draw in transactions beyond just our team and our brokerage, then we can create further opportunity for ancillaries like the insurance company. So the next one is title, and we are relatively far down the path of the title company, and that will be the next thing to open beyond the insurance company. The insurance is very close. And similarly, so title orders will be sent from transactions, from KWRS and from the team to the title company, so that you can benefit from the service with title as well, and not just from the first things. Let's see, make sure you can see this down here. After that will be Flourish Mortgage. That again can benefit the client by not needing to charge as much in terms of fees, origination fee, closing fees, things like that, because this ecosystem is providing enough income, enough revenue from the other things that it doesn't necessarily have to make all the money here. When there's an individual person doing all the different things, they have to maximize that transaction because that's the only thing that they're touching in that whole transaction. So there is that. Now, beyond title would be, bear with me here, Flourish Media. And Flourish Media is a brand awareness and marketing company that benefits all of these companies. And so when somebody inside of the Umphreys Group says that they would like to make listing videos or create a YouTube show that they are leading, Flourish Media runs that. Now they also help with brand awareness and marketing for that agent, for all of these other companies. They do PR for the nonprofit. The media company creates opportunities for everybody through exposure. So that is Flourish Media. We believe that we should be transforming lives through real estate, those that we're working with, those that we feel called to serve, but also our own lives. So your life, your family's life, everybody that you touch locally here should also have the ability to have their own lives transformed because of real estate. So we do that. We believe that we will do that. Right now we do it in one-off situations, encouraging each other to invest in real estate, doing some real estate investing together. Eventually, we would like that to be done together through a real estate investment trust where everybody within this ecosystem has the ability to buy into this trust and to invest together. So we want to own our own commercial buildings with these. We want to continue to pursue residential investments like most of us within this world right now are already playing in that space. And so we believe that through a real estate investment trust that's exclusive just to our world here, that we can all build wealth together and also work as a great retention piece, a great recruiting piece. When somebody decides to come be a part of this world, they're also joining a pretty great investment opportunity. Real estate investment trust, and let's see what we are missing. And then the points, so you can sort of still see my original circle here, and then our outer circle here. Everything within the inner circle fuels the outer circle. Without this stuff happening, this stuff can't happen down here. But like I said earlier, the point of it is that the revenue from all of these things fuel each other. So when one person takes a buyer with the Umphreys Group or with Flourish Real Estate Network, it creates a title opportunity. It creates a transaction management, listing management possibly, and showing opportunity. It creates an insurance opportunity. It creates revenue that can be funded into the REIT. It creates a mortgage opportunity. All of these go, and I know these lines are getting a little bit crossed now, but all of these create revenue for the 501c3 Flourish. And as we continue to grow Flourish, we can go beyond some of the causes that we are involved in right now. One of them being helping make home ownership possible for those who otherwise thought it impossible. So somebody that's maybe a single mom that's been renting and that has zero hope of purchasing, that we can come alongside and help grow to the point where financial counseling and sometimes things like supporting through credit repair and down payment savings and grants and matches and all of the steps that could take years that build up to making that person a homeowner. That is a one-by-one scenario. We would love to grow Flourishing to the point where we can be doing affordable housing development and projects that are actually turning renters into owners through a process that we think, we haven't seen anybody else doing it, but sort of a rent-to-own development project that can create homeowners. So things like that become possible when these are all successful and funneling those funds to Flourish. And so they all work together, but they also make it so that your world, your opportunity is not so small as just within that. So within our team right now, there's 17 or 18 folks that their opportunity is only as large as our world is. And so as we continue to grow, and a couple of these are already up and running, and their opportunity is growing. And so inside of this world, the more the world grows, the more opportunities there are. And I think that this direction of all of the shared services and the ancillary businesses being connected and surrounding the team or the brokerage, I think that that is the direction the industry is going, and that's the direction we're going, and I think there's a lot of value in it. So I realize that was complicated, and keep in mind, it is 2021 right now. This is our 2025 vision, and we are committed to making it happen. So if you're watching this, there's a pretty good chance that we want you to come alongside us and help make it happen as well. So hope that helps. Hope that wasn't confusing. Reach out with questions. I'd love to talk more about it. See ya.